am very happy to see so many people here today. So, my name is... Actually, you can call me Catherine, and I'm going to be your guide on today's tour, and I think you're going to have a really good time.
Thank you. Today is the first day of a new era. I want to thank you, all of you. Thank you for trusting in me to make this town a better place. Best town in the country. I vouch to cherish this responsibility. You will not be disappointed. Together, we are stronger.
Quiet. Thanks. Now, has everybody brought their binoculars? Yes? No? No. Okay, I see. Well, you are going to need binoculars, and unfortunately, you do get what you pay for. Now, I would recommend spending 200 or 300 at least. Now, bird watching is easy. I mean, everywhere you go, you can be sure that you're going to see some birds, right? They're part of us. So, to start with, you're going to need a notebook, and in it, you're going to write down everything that you see. You're going to describe it all carefully, and then when you get home, you're going to look it up in a field guide. Now, I'd like to recommend a little publication of my own entitled, "What's That Bird?" Really, it's very good.
Good morning, everyone. Let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. I'm just one of those that rise to the occasion. Nope, not gonna really say that. I'm just one of those. Blossom. Flourish under responsibility. Yes. I'm just one of those that flourish under responsibility. That's why you elected me. You knew you could trust me. I can't think of anything more rewarding than serving the people. Serving you to the people. I can't think of anything more rewarding than serving you, the people.
Now, good bird watching is all about analysing and taking meticulous notes. We can see that the birds are around us, they're everywhere, and in a way, it's a little bit like having the thrill of the hunt, but without getting any blood on your hands if you do it right. Now, see them? Just there? They arrived last night. They left their breeding grounds in the south 24 hours ahead of a large storm. So whilst our meteorologists were telling us that the storm was approaching, these birds were, in a way, packing up their bags and evacuating. They had contingency. That's right, they had a contingency plan. Isn't that amazing?
This is ours now. I'm so happy we found this. You will like it here. You do know it requires a lot of attention, don't you?
It is a she.
Oh well, she is just sitting there. Can't go anywhere.
Always been in there. Wouldn't survive anywhere else.
You better continue.
I think we've done enough for today. Do you think she can hear us?
Yes.
I love you. Both of you. Don't say that often enough.
Some of the species that you're going to see see here today are not from here, they're migrants. Now, migration is not a new phenomenon. Some 4,000 species of birds are regular migrants, and that's about 40% of the total world population, which is quite a lot. Huh?
Control. As a leader, you can't lose control. That's what leadership is about. Don't lose control. Yeah. Of course, I hope I fulfill my potential. Of course, I want to make myself and my family proud, but I want to do something worthwhile for this town. For you. Yeah. That's what really matters to me.
Did you hear that?
It's just the starlings. They come here every autumn.
So many of them stay here for the summer, fattening themselves up on berries and grubs, and then in the autumn they soar down over the villages and beyond, like the turning leaves. They drift away.
It's such a great thing, isn't it? That we can travel wherever we want to. Don't even need a visa.
No. Unfortunately, ornithology research isn't what it used to be, so I don't get to go away that much.
Yeah, we go down south with the family every year.
Yeah.
The kids love it, to get away from the cold weather. But I would still have to say, we have the perfect town here. I wouldn't raise my children anywhere else, really.
Well, some trips that you only do the once.
Oh, God.
Yes. See, now my research shows that climate change is producing even more storms in the south, and that they are growing in frequency and in strength.
That's tragic. All these birds
Yeah.
suffering.
So the birds are being displaced from their homes, and a lack of food in the surrounding areas means that different species have started fighting each other. And so they've started to come here. So we can expect many more flocks of migrant birds roosting in our town over the coming weeks and months.
Well, it's a very relaxing sound, isn't it? Bird singing can be very relaxing.
See, I don't think that we here in town have quite realised the dimensions of the catastrophe. See, now, bird numbers in the south are in steep decline, sometimes more than 40%, and the only chance that they have is to come here.
Yes, of course. Oh, of course. Yes, and having different species can never be a bad thing, can it?
But the
Makes
point
our
is,
society more diverse.
the point is,
Yes, our town will always have an open door for non-native birds. We will treat them well, we'll give them seeds to eat, nests to sleep, and yeah.
well, you will of course be setting an example to all the other towns around.
Brilliant. Thank you. I am proud to say that we are showing solidarity with our fellow birds.
I'm sorry I'm late. I had to submit the mid-term report before I could go.
Did you see the sky this afternoon?
No.
Great dark cloud, creating these beautiful patterns. It's fascinating to watch. Then it was gone, just like that. Never seen anything like it before.
And your job?
What?
Your job. How was your job?
Wasn't what I expected.
I'm sorry to hear. Maybe give it some time?
It's fine. I'll get used to it.
Okay.
Let's eat. You must be starving.
you doing out here? You keep staring into the sky. Robert? Robert? Please, can you come inside?
They're back.
What?
The birds. They're back.
I'm glad you could come with such short notice.
Well, as I told you before, it is quite a complicated issue.
Yes.
Back up here. So, basically, some of the food and the vegetation and other parts of the habitats in the north may not be suitable for birds coming from the south and unadapted. So, for example, birds who are adapted to deciduous forest and grassland will not be able to survive in boreal forest dominated by conifers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that...
Well, we haven't conserved enough good habitats.
habitats,
No.
yes.
We need to preserve large intact areas with good bird habitats all across the country. That's what the
intact
problem
areas.
is. Here. Yeah. So there is time to find a solution, but we need to act now. Not interfere with international bird regulation and also protect our own biodiversity. Got that there?
I want you on my team.
What do you mean?
I want to implement your plan. But I would need you here to do that.
I don't know.
There is no one in this town with your expertise.
Oh.
So, I'm going to create a job for you. You tell me what you need, and you'll have it. Yeah?
I would need two assistants.
Yeah.
And a travel budget.
Don't worry. You will get everything you need. A office here in the building, budget including the staff you need, and of course a very competitive salary.
Are you serious?
Yes, of course. So, do we have a deal?
Yes.
Thank
Right. So, thank you so much.
you. Yes.
Thank you.
Could you take that?
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
They're shitting all over the place. I was trying to get an umbrella, but the stalls are running out. The demand is simply too high. People's cars, like, they're covered in it. Everyone was talking about it.
Well, at least it's good for folks that have car washes.
It's not funny.
It's not on purpose. It's because there are so many.
Well, the government spends thousands on these bloody birds, but then they can't afford to keep the streets clean. You think they would go somewhere closer. Instead, they're all over town now.
They'll even cloud your vision of the sun. I estimate there are millions of them.
Yes, every day, more and more of them. I don't know what they're still doing here. They should have gone back by now.
Temperatures aren't going as low as they used to.
Well, but then if they're getting too comfortable here, then they won't leave.
The storm's destroyed everything down there. They need to stay here. What will you do if the storm wipes out our home?
Don't be ridiculous.
No. Why are you so negative? This is good for business. It's bringing tourists. Tourists bring money.
We have enough as it is. The neighbouring towns are already calling us the birds town, like in Hitchcockville.
People are so ignorant. They're not harming anybody.
Right.
What?
You've not heard then. One of the non-native birds attacked a small baby. How can we feel safe here? Those savages, can you imagine?
Please, Anne.
I'm telling you, these birds are dangerous and unpredictable.
He was probably just hungry. Perhaps we ought to be doing more.
We are doing enough.
I don't care if we give to the World Wildlife Fund. That is not the point. This is different.
All these people that go out there to help, that volunteer, they are actually the most selfish.
It's dirty everywhere. It's not nice. You must do something.
You promised to make this town better. All these non-native birds are making it worse.
Government money should not be spent on non-natives.
We can't have all these non-native birds in our community.
I don't feel safe.
I don't walk to work anymore. I don't even go outside by myself.
I'm going to have a child. How can I let her play on our street? How can I protect her?
How can we protect her? We came here to find safety. What now?
We don't want
these birds.
Dominant behaviour is displayed by birds when they believe that they are head of the pecking order. It is thus very important that they establish a pecking order and that everyone knows who is head and who is subordinate. Otherwise, birds will feel threatened and they'll feel the need to defend their territory by attacking intruders.
We trusted you. We would never have voted for you if we'd have known that you would betray us.
Stupid minded birds who don't belong here. They will never be like us.
They are stupid, miserable birds.
How can you let this happen?
You will not get away with
You will
this.
not get away with this.
Liar.
Traitor! Liar! Traitor!
I was you. I would not let my children off of a hill for you and your family, not let my children I was a bird beaches aren't you
Just like you deserve to die.
Your plan is not working.
Well, we've received thousands only this week and we are trying to accommodate more.
We are risking the collapse of our ecosystem. This is not sustainable.
There's no need to exaggerate. We're trying to find accommodation for all of them, but it is going to take time. This isn't going to happen overnight.
People are walking around with guns inside their jackets. They're afraid they're going to be attacked by... Give me a hand. By vicious birds. If people are afraid, I need to act. I need to protect them.
Well, it's an isolated incident.
Yes, but this is not what people believe.
But it's birds that we're talking about. You can't stop them.
Yes. The problem is, people don't care about facts right now. All they see is a black mass moving towards us like a single entity with no distinctive characteristics, pouring in, taking over our town.
But you can't stop them. Unless the conditions in the south change, they're just going to keep on coming.
Yes. And that's why I have to drastically slow down the bird flow. Now, yeah.
But that's like sweeping all the dust from your bedroom carpet under the rug and saying that you've cleaned up, except that this is birds.
I'm afraid we have no choice.
And what about solidarity?
Well, in the end, I was elected by my constituents. It is my job to keep them happy. If they're not happy, I don't have a job. That's how our democracy works.
Well, I am not flushing all my research down the toilet.
I'm afraid we have to put that on ice. But I'm aware of your concerns and I decided to double your pay.
Look, I just can't do this. Forget it. I thought you were better than
I think you're forgetting who you're working for. You are either with me or against me, Catherine. Or should I say, Kafia? Yeah. I can have you out the door tomorrow if needed. Identity fraud is a serious crime. You could go to prison. And I'm sure people, in particular your research colleagues, would be very interested in that new development, don't you think, Kafia? the one to implement the new policy. No one needs to know about your role in this. And once things calm down, you can continue with your research. You have my word on that. Now, let's get started, shall we? I need you to trace down all their routes from south to north, and you have to check all the entry points and report them to me.
I've been thinking, perhaps I should look for a new job, something different, maybe abroad. There are just so many possibilities out there.
Please, Robert.
We deserve better than this.
Honestly, I don't know why you make it out like we don't have enough.
It would be different if this was our place.
This is our place. This is where our lives are now. With my new salary, we can actually afford this.
I mean, our home. I would do it for us. For the family.
The point is, Robert, we can't just keep moving. We just can't.
People always ask me why. Why do I do it?
Welcome! Welcome! We are in a state of emergency because of the bird crisis. I can assure you we are respecting international bird law, such as the Migratory Bird Convention Act of 1998 and the Climate Bird Treaty of 2010. However, exceptional times call for exceptional measures.
Wherever I went, people always wanted to know about my background. Kafia, they'd say. Where's that name from? Where are you from? Where are your parents from? What are you? Are you a foreigner? Or do you feel like one of us? Like, from here?
We have done our part. But what have other towns done? They also need to do their part. In the current circumstances, we therefore do deem it necessary to put restrictions on the movement of non-native birds. Any non-native birds found outside of their cages will immediately be sent back to their homelands. We will also be putting up nets along the borders of the town.
Like it was more important than who I am, than my university titles, than my experience. When I was in kindergarten, I had a friend called Catherine. I was jealous of her because she could just speak her name without a load of follow-up questions. I wanted to be like her.
That's all the information we have for now, but rest assured that we have full control over the situation. Full control. Together we are stronger. Thank you.
To tell the truth, I'm like a chameleon. I just adapt to wherever I am. I don't belong to any one place. And, well, the birds, they live in all sorts of different places. They don't belong to any one place, like me. So no, don't ask me why.
My father thought I should win a medal for this town. earn the respect of this town. The only way that I could be someone. To be honest, I was never really sure what this town was. Sure, I wanted its respect, but every day I ran round and round that track. Faster, faster, until I was nauseous and I puked. And yet always, always I came back to the same fucking place. That's why I've always dreamed about flying away from these ugly houses, from these grey streets, from this miserable town, but I wouldn't be running for myself anymore. I would do it for her.
I was looking for something better. I had to do it the hard way. I never got anything for free, but never depended on anyone. I don't think it is too much to ask for to have a proper home and a proper job and a proper family. To afford things and to go places from time to time. I'm sure everyone wants it. But to travel around the whole continent, I just don't see the point of that. My mother, she was also looking for something better. But she never stopped looking. So we kept on moving, and moving, and moving. Never stayed in one place. But there comes a time when you just have to stop. You need to understand that. You can't just keep searching and searching and searching.
People have already started donating. We already have food for some 200 birds. 200,
That's
yes.
great. Good job. Soon you'll be ready to go down south and really make a difference.
So there will be a job for me.
Yes, yes. As soon as we get some more funding in. But for now, we need more people to help here. So I need you to go out there and inspire people. Every family can host at least 5 birds.
I'm already doing my best. Yes.
That's right, but we've just started. We can't stop now. We've just got to keep going.
My family. My wife is pregnant. We need money for the mortgage since I lost my job. Lost my job. I need money, so I can't. I can't just keep.
Remember, Robert. More birds, more money.
More birds. More money. More birds.
Some birds are locked away for months in
cold, wet, filthy conditions. It is like concentration camps, yes.
These new policies
Are
are
not working.
No, we need to come together
As a community.
and show solidarity to the
Non-native birds. Help these caged-in prisoners. Help, yes.
Yes.
Help these caged-in prisoners. Birds welcome.
Yes.
Birds, yes. Birds, yes. Birds, yes. Birds, yes. Birds, yes.
It wasn't really something I chose. My father was a mayor. His father was a mayor. So I always knew I was going to be a leader. Of course, I had a plan, but this is not it. Everyone expects me to have the answer to everything. Demand it from me. Expect me to do the right thing. But in my position, the line between friend and foe becomes blurred. So blurred. I mean, in the end, it's not even about values. I have to protect myself and my family, they depend on me. People don't realise what it means to be in my position. All the things that you have to deal with and the fucking comments you get. I'm not going to give up just like that. No, just because. No.
Where have you been?
I had to work late. Robert, what's all this mess? What are you doing here? How could you?
It's for the birds, for the birds.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Everything has been destroyed there. They need homes, they need insects.
And why do you care?
Now, some of these birds have been living in cold, wet, filthy conditions for months. For months, it's like concentration camps, yes.
These birds are dangerous, and they spread diseases. Of course they need to be locked in.
You're lying. Lying. Why are you always lying?
I just wish, I fucking wish they would stop coming.
I don't like it when you talk like that. Don't like it, no.
But that is how I feel. They are birds. Birds, for heaven's sake.
Birds could shit on me. And I would still love them.
Why? Why do you care so much? And do not tell me this bullshit about all the responsibility.
No one should be locked up, kept inside against their will. No one. No one.
If you would just care 10% as much about us as you care about these birds. We might have to sell the house. My salary is not enough to pay for the mortgage and for everything else.
can help. I can help, yes.
Where did you get this?
I work, yes.
I went by your office today.
Office.
You should have told me.
Didn't want to worry you, but worry not.
So where did you get this?
Well, this I got a new job, yeah.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. I help the birds now. I help the birds, yes.
Why do you talk like this? You have changed.
Change.
Look at you.
Change, not change.
Yes, you have.
Not changed, it might not make sense to you, but I don't belong here. This is not my home. I belong out there with them.
What about solidarity?
We can't trust you anymore.
You don't represent us.
No.
You betrayed us. You betrayed us. Liar. You are a liar. Liar.
How could you do this?
You're kidding. Yes.
I need you to help us implement our new policy. If you find invasive bird nests, you must report them to us. You must help us to keep our town safe. You have a responsibility to act. We need to act. We have done everything for them, but have they said thank you? Just because you have wings, it doesn't mean that you can afford the luxury of flying wherever the breeding conditions are the best. It's either us or them. We need to act now. You have a responsibility to act. We need to act now. Now.
There is no such animal as a cage bird. If kept in cages, birds tend to become despondent and aggressive. In the wild, birds are never alone. If separated from their flockmates, for a moment, they cry wildly to them. No bird is born with the ability to fly. It takes practice. And so if kept in cages, the behaviour is not passed on, and they do not develop sufficient muscles to be able to flap their wings to their fullest potential.
You are a very brave woman.
I'm scared.
You're doing the right thing.
But what about my daughter?
You're doing this for her.
Burning them?
It's just trees. Only trees. They will grow back.
I don't know.
Sometimes we have to draw a line.
I just want my family back.
It's either us or them. You don't have anything to lose. Just make sure they never come back. Those were my orders.
Who are you?
I'm not looking for sympathy or understanding.
What do you stand for?
People always want to get into these philosophical conversations over why we do the things we do. You were part of this. So don't try to talk to me about what's right and wrong.
But they're burning them alive, for heaven's sake. They're killing them
I
by
can't
day.
be responsible for everything that is happening in this town.
Don't blame the people. You can stop this. You know you can.
I can't. I can't control them anymore. And don't look at me like that.
You should never have asked me to be part of this. Now I've got blood on my hands.
There will be a day when people forget about all of this.
Look at this. You are responsible for this and this and this. You alone.
No one will believe you.
And how are you going to explain this to your children? How are you going to look them in the eye when you send them off to school in the mornings?
What do you want?
We had a deal.
No one listens to me anymore. The tide has turned. My time is over.
That is not the point. You made me a promise.
Well, I'm sorry that things don't always work out the way we want them. Will you forgive me?
Who am I to forgive you?
They're trying to exterminate us all of us.
Try to breathe calmly.
Fire. So
You're safe now.
I feel alone.
But I'm here now.
Well,
You're at home. Home, Robert.
what happened?
Just rest.
What?
Just rest.
I saw you
What?
out there. I saw you.
You're confused, Robert. Please.
I know what I saw. Yes. Where are you going? Where are you going? Going?
Of all the species, birds are the most inspiring because they're the easiest to observe. When you spend time with them, when you interact closely with them, when you get to know them intimately, you'll find that your opinion changes because you realise that they're just like us. And you begin